Good morning, Boker Tov. How are ya? It's Tuesday, and you know what that means. It's Torah Tuesday! Yay! And that's a good thing. And we like it. Sun is shining. It's a little cold. No snow this week. And that's a good thing. Tired of that snow. Y'all up north, sorry. I don't know how you do it. I really don't. Okay. This week is Tetzaveh. We're going to talk about that. And then we're going to talk a little about Purim, because that is Friday night. Cool, huh? So first of all, let's talk about Tetzaveh. This week's Parsha is Tetzaveh, which translates to instruct. Okay? God is instructing the Israelites on how and who is a priest, what their duties are, and how they are dressed. And they also talks about the Ner Tamid. That's what I want to focus on. Okay? I want to focus on the Ner Tamid. The first instruction is to set up lamps outside the Holy of Holies, or the Mishkan. And the priests, i.e. Aaron's sons, are assigned the duty of tending to the lamps from evening to morning. Okay. The common translation for Ner Tamid is eternal light. So, does an eternal mean always on? Remember, the instruction was tending the lamps from evening to morning. So, if that's the instructions, and it's eternal light, doesn't eternal always mean on? What's going on? Why the disparity? Today, you'll find a Ner Tamid above every ark in every synagogue. They're constantly on. Normally, they're hooked up to electricity, and they have a battery backup, most of them, so that they'll never go out. If the electricity goes out, the Ner Tamid's still lit. Okay? You'll find that on no matter where you go in the world, no matter what country, no matter what synagogue. Okay? It can be from the Orthodox, the Chabad, all the way through the liberal to the Reconstructionist. Doesn't matter. You'll see this. Okay? You'll see this phenomenon over the Mishkan. Okay? Now, Rashi, you know I'm a big Rashi fan. Rashi believes that the Torah says from evening to morning, so that makes them regular but not eternal. So what's the words, right? What do we care? Well, and especially in the modern world, I don't give a damn. Why is this important? Regular or eternal? What's the difference? And who cares, right? We care because now this is one of the few symbols left that we have the Mishkan. We don't have the big tabernacle. We don't have the Holy of Holies. We don't have with the rubits and the thing and the thing and the thing and the guards and the priests. We don't have any of that anymore, okay? The temples are gone. They were knocked down twice, okay? After the temples were destroyed, that's Judaism, had to develop a different way to pray and honor God. No longer did we go to one place and it's over. We are in the diaspora now. We're all over the world. We had to figure out something. Okay, we no longer are all together in Jerusalem or even Israel. Because we live in the diaspora, we had to come up with some common thing. Okay, today we're no longer bound to one particular place. Jews can be found in pretty much everywhere in the world. Now we may act differently. We can even speak different languages, but we always share the same core values coming from the Torah. So, the Ner Tamid is supposed to be on. We always make it on. What we did is we took the interpretation of eternal and embraced it. That's why they're electric with battery backups, so they're always on. Okay? Now let's get back to, just real quickly, why it was a big deal from evening to morning. Okay? Well, remember, it's very important to remember that the Mishkan was mobile when it was made. Remember, we're in the desert. Shemot, Exodus, is the story of us wandering in the desert. So every night you put it up, and then the Ner Tamid was lit from dusk to dawn. And then what did you do when the sun came up? They took it down so they could march again. Okay, that's the big deal. Okay, that's why back then it didn't matter if it was on, because you took everything apart like an erector set and you marched to the next place. So it wasn't really an issue then. Okay, now that we're in permanent places, most congregations, we now have these new congregations that are called synagogues without walls, which are just cool, by the way. I just dig them. Okay, where you meet somewhere else and you just have, instead of a building, you just have a synagogue. You have a bunch of people. Okay, it's just neat. There's a bunch of very, very, very successful ones. In Houston, Rabbi Scott Hausman Weiss has one. In Los Angeles, that and I forgot her name. It's a woman who has a rabbi who has one. It's amazing. It's in Santa Monica. There's a bunch of them that are just amazing places. Okay, but Rabbi Hausman Weiss's is the most successful one that comes to mind in Texas. He has hundreds of people come, and it's just amazing. And the high holidays, he gets this great, and the holidays and stuff, he gets these amazing turnouts, and it's great stuff, and he teaches Torah, and it's great stuff. Okay, he has a great congregation, so it doesn't have to have set and walls synagogues. Okay, like we know it today. Although I love them, and of course, we can't go to them right now. Right? We have these big, beautiful buildings that we can't go to, that we're watching via the computer because of this stupid pandemic. Okay, but it's starting to look better. It looks like we'll be in them pretty soon. So what's the bottom line of Tetzaveh? Just as the light always shines, guess what? God's always with us. Just because the light goes out doesn't mean God's not there, right? Doesn't matter if it's day, it's night, rain, snow, sun, whatever. The big guy's always there, okay? That's what the eternal light, the Nir Tamid, is supposed to remind us of, okay? Nice that it was the Mishkan, but in the modern world, what is it supposed to remind us of? Just like the light, God's always there, okay? So that's Tetzaveh. So, let's talk about Friday. Friday night and Saturday, yes, on Shabbos, Shabbat, this year, is Purim, the festival of Esther. Okay, the Megillah. Queen Esther, one of our heroes. Okay, it's a big deal. And I'm thinking maybe Thursday I might get on here and we might do a big deal about Purim. Okay, because it's when we have the Hamantaschens, and that's when we sing the songs, and we dress up in the costumes, and we get drunk as a skunk, and so we can't tell the difference between Haman and Mordecai, and we learn about the story, and so that it can't happen again. And Mordecai is one of the heroes, but who's the main hero? Esther. Yes, a feminine hero. That's a big deal. Okay, is this in Torah? No. Why isn't it in Torah? Because it happens after. It happens because it's actually a historical event. It happens in Persia, and it's in the 2nd century AD. Okay, so Torah's already written. Okay, but it isn't in Tanakh, by the way. Okay, the Book of Esther, the Megillah. Okay, and we'll go into that in detail a little later this week. Okay. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I hope you all enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. And I love when I love seeing your names go across the bottom of the screen there. That's kind of cool. I like when you send me comments and all that stuff. Okay? So until next Tuesday, what is it? Torah Tuesday. I'll see you then. Have a good week. Peace out.